Not much. How are you?
Good. What's that? What's up?
Hi.
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 Hello. Good to see you, Rick.
Thanks. Good to see you too.
You look ready to go. Ready to party.
Well, it's 11:02. We started at 11.
We were at the door, baby. I was here at 11.
I only went into the coffee shop because you were there, but then you left.
Yeah, because to get here on time.
Fun vibes.
Oh my god.
You know, this is, I gave the same joke, laughing, mad at me. But you know what?
Well, she knows you better, so I'm sure the more I get to know you, I'll be angrier with you.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel it's the other way around, but
No, definitely not.
Well, not for you. Jesus.
The more I know people, the more I try to keep people at a distance so I can that's my tactic.
Well, this is Esther.
I think I need
I can
some
put these-
mic help.
Yeah.
Also, do we have an Apple box?
I have one in my car.
Do you?
I should.
That's off camera, so you don't ruin.
The secret?
Secret.
This is nice. This is we have two women.
Wow. What do you also need to count how many black people are in the room?
Jesus Christ, Esther.
2 vaginas, 1 black penis.
What are you doing?
I'm playing off of what you said.
What did I say? There's two women. I was saying it's nice because a lot of times it's just back and forth, and here it's like a more feminine
Why are you
vibe.
defensive over me just like tagging on?
I don't know. I was being defensive.
Oh, okay.
Thought we're doing bits, you know?
Why? This is the Rick and Esther podcast, not Take Your Shoes Off. There are no bits here.
Rick wait, are you in a bad mood? Are you mad at me? What's going on?
I'm not in a bad mood at all.
Okay.
No. I was just happy that there was two women here, but apparently I was wrong.
You seem nervous because you're like,
Is one of us not?
I don't know what you're talking about.
me either.
Okay. No, he was just moving the camera. That's what it was. That's why he was shaking.
How is my lighting on my camera?
You're not going to be happy.
Dave?
Should we get started?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Oh, I thought we were already half done with the show.
Yeah. Well, we are. We're only doing 20 episodes. Thanks, Danny.
Should we introduce our guest?
Before we introduce our guest, why don't we introduce our producer?
Okay.
Do you want to introduce him by the color of his skin again?
That's how you introduced me and Corinne as the kind of genitals we had.
Mm.
But it's relevant.
So his blackness is irrelevant?
Wait, why?
No, it's not. Do you
Write
think
that
your
down.
blackness is relevant as to you producing this thing? Do you like to consider yourself a black man or a comedian?
A black comedian.
That's what I like. And as a
Yes.
black comedian, I understand that you're starting a new podcast.
Yeah.
Why don't we plug that?
That's
Unless that bothers
amazing.
Esther.
Why would
Unless she
that
only wants to
bother
plug
me?
white podcasts.
You know me.
Yeah, I guess you have Kalila, so never mind.
What's your new podcast called, Danny?
Callbacks.
Oh my God.
Callbacks pod.
Esther doesn't know what that means. Could you explain what a callback is?
You're being super mean to me today.
I'll be nicer.
Is it because there's two women?
I don't see how that's relevant.
Girls' couch.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, I could be nice to you like I did last week if you prefer.
Whatever
I can see. I feel maybe the energy could. We'll get to it in a second. The energy is a little maybe for more sensitive today. So I think I could put on my nice hat. And I have to say before we even begin, you look good.
Thank you.
Hi.
I do think I am a little bit, like, if I'm just going to speak openly and honestly, like, I do feel a little exhausted by some of the meanness, and like, whenever I play back, I feel like I get in trouble, and then I don't want to play back. But I also know that I play my role too. Like, I know that there's times where you're wishing I was playful and I'm not. So it's definitely not all you. But I do want to like fix this. Like, I want to have fun. I want to like each other. You're a couples therapist today. I don't know if you know.
I this is what I succeed at. Certainly not relationships, but fixing other people's I'm really good at. So
I've heard.
How do you feel about hearing that?
I feels fine. I understand. Thank you for sharing that.
Okay.
You fucking ugly hag. And why don't we get started? No, I understand. Absolutely.
That's fine.
Yeah. And sometimes I think we as people weave in and out of different spaces of what we like to play with. And this is not how you want to play with me. And I think I have an idea on how I could play with you.
Yeah, I think it's not like I don't want to play. It's like I feel like even just in the beginning here today, it's like jumping on me, like when I add on and like defensiveness, but then I don't
didn't
really know
realize.
how to act.
I didn't realize. I just remember talking about being excited that there's 2 women, and then you called me out, so I was just calling you out in play as well.
Okay,
But-
maybe I'm having a hard time reading your play.
Maybe
but
because my
let's-
glasses, you couldn't see my eyes.
Okay. Now,
There you go.
Danny, tell us about your special, or your podcast real quick, because we cut it off, and then we're gonna get into some of the guys that I fucked. We fucked.
Together.
Yeah, the podcast is called Callbacks. We interview comedians and entertainers in Hollywood.
Is it out now?
Yeah. Callbacks Pod on Instagram.
Oh my God, fun.
On Instagram. Oh, right.
Yeah, the handle. Yeah.
Well, we'll put a link in the description.
Oh, appreciate you, man.
And
Support Black businesses.
well, I'm only doing this because you're a comedian. And then right under Callbacks Podcast, we'll have a link to Guys We Fucked. Mm-hmm. Tell us
Okay.
about that.
So that's Corinne's podcast. I know you were looking at her.
Oh, you thought I was looking at you?
No.
We couldn't talk because of the
I wasn't.
sunglasses. Uh-oh.
But welcome, Corinne Fisher.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I just did. I think this comes out next week, so I did your podcast last week and changed my life.
Wow.
Cool studio.
It changed my life too.
How so?
It did.
Yeah, because I had to explain to a lot of people that successful male comedians don't date female comedians.
What about Dave?
Well, he's not a stand-up
He's
comedian.
not a comedian.
You said
He's a writer. Yeah.
gotcha. So successful male stand-up.
I don't want
comedians.
to tell you how you identify, but that's I love
He's
how
nodding.
I love how little Dave likes attention.
I know, isn't that hot?
That's why you don't want.
It is so hot, especially in LA. I feel like it's even hotter. My Uber driver just told me about all his children who are more successful than me. So I have to recoup now.
How does he know how successful you are?
He doesn't, but I know how successful his children are, and I made
Gotcha.
that decision
Wait.
for
I assume
myself.
you didn't take an
Who is-
Uber Black.
No, I want to keep my money.
Who are his children? Because I know of a very famous actress whose dad drives Uber.
Yeah, one of his kids is a pretty famous pianist in Korea. So, and then his
Hung Swan?
yeah, exactly. Yep,
Seriously?
nailed it. No,
Wait, you guys went to college together.
give out names. Oh, you did?
I did a year abroad in Korea.
Wait, is
Which Korea?
North.
Oh. Specify.
Hangswa.
People like to hear about that.
Hangswa, southern East Korea.
Oh, I actually, my college roommate was from Korea, and we were like, she barely spoke English, but we somehow became like the best of
Do you
friends.
still talk with her?
No, I miss her, and I gave her a nickname, Special K, because I was on the Special K diet. And
Wait, is that just you eating Special K?
Eating a Kalila.
wait, do you not know about the Special K diet?
No, but it sounds like an eating disorder. Esther.
It is.
Oh,
Do you know
okay.
about it? You didn't see the commercials?
No, but I'm interested
Oh,
and would
like-
love to hear from you.
Okay. Like, you can be normal, okay? I want.
You guys suck. Ew, don't do that. So what's the Special K diet?
So it was advertised on TV commercials, which is like where I learned everything in life.
But instead of now where it's just from TikTok?
Yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Netflix.
Callbacks podcast.
when you started the end, I was
Call
like
back.
the news, and then you're like Netflix.
Oh, is that when they were like in the world when people were promoting like a good healthy breakfast is this and you should just eat Special K or something?
It was like 2 meals a day. You eat Special K. They launched Special K bars. Special K was like having the biggest moment of cereal of all time. Like they were launching new flavors like Special K with berries, but it was just like those freeze dried blueberries.
Yeah.
It was gross. Or
I
strawberries.
liked the strawberries though. I just wanted to be an astronaut so badly, and I was like, I think this is the closest I'm gonna get based on my math and science skills. So
eating the strawberries. and-
because they were dried. Back then, astronauts only ate dried food, but they've changed that.
They did?
Yeah,
they eat full meals in space now.
there's wet foods.
There's what, like how?
It's
My
in
dog
tubes.
would love to go.
Oh, in tubes. Okay.
Your dad would like to go
My
to space?
dog. Sorry, my dog loves wet food.
Oh, then he would love space. We'll be right back.
Let's talk about BirdDogs. They're so stretchy and comfortable and like literally randomly so perfect. I did not know about them until this podcast. I feel like these should be the official wear of Habitimers.
I want to get more. Mine are dirty. I just flew in. My arms are tired and mine are dirty. But I do want to get more. I was just in New York and I'm a name drop. I'm going to name drop. And I don't know where this ad is in the episode, but this is a name drop episode. Sal Vulcano wearing BirdDogs. I'm like, dude, these are incredible. He goes, I friggin' love them.
I got them for Dave. He wears the stretch khaki ones and they're so perfect because he's comfortable in them and they look nice. Like he could wear them like to a professional like situation for golfing and stuff.
Like if you were going to meet up with some executives once the strike is over. They're a cool business. Because here's what it says. At the top, it says, say whatever the fuck you want in caps. And then at the second last line, it says, by the way, BirdDogs are comfortable as fuck. You could tell these people get it.
Do you have anything to say about BirdDogs?
Yeah. They're so go to birddogs.com/HAT and enter promo code HAT for a free tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/HAT and promo code HAT for a free tumbler. I'll tell you something. I love their shorts. I am a bit confused. What are we doing here giving tumblers away? I know people love a tumbler.
I actually have the tumbler and I've been using it like since I got it every day.
It's one of those Eskimo tumblers or something?
It's Yeti.
Yeti is like the monster that attacks the Eskimos, right?
Oh, cute.
I think because Yeti, I just know because of Disneyland, the where there's the Yeti.
Okay, so go to birddogs.com/hat and use. So go to birddogs.com.
I already said all that.
I know, but I'm just giving it again because our ads aren't doing well.
Okay.
So go to birddogs.com/hat and enter promo code HAT for a free tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/hat and promo code HAT for a free tumbler.
Out of all of our arguments or whatever the thing is, that's one of the real. It's like, dude, our ads aren't doing well. I'm reading it again. Leave it in. Let people see how much of a grind this podcasting game is.
Wait, but so then they also launched. I'm not done.
Launched, pun intended.
Oh.
Thank you.
Esther, you're so smart.
Wait, so are you. I almost called you the wrong name. Because
Would you always call me Barf from Spaceballs, half man, half dog?
Dave doesn't like Mel Brooks.
Really?
Isn't that weird? I know.
Well, he's not mic'd, so.
He's the weirdest Jewish guy ever. He doesn't make any sense. Because Jewish guys like Mel Brooks.
But most Jewish guys make a lot of sense.
Yes. Wait, I like seeing you do that.
Oh, you
Really?
do?
Yeah.
We're getting somewhere now.
Yeah, because every other time I've done something, you tell me it's gross.
No, I go through this phase with my guy friends, and I think it's coming up with you. It's like about time where I really...
Great movie.
I want them to be gay.
Sure.
Because I want to like connect with them on that.
You could connect with me better if I were gay.
If like you,
the way you'd be able to connect with Danny better if we were white. Call back podcast.
Like, but do you know what I'm saying?
Never.
Okay. Do you? Maybe.
So wait, but is the main way that you connect with other individuals through what genitalia they put in their mouth? Because that's kind of what I got from what you just said.
Yeah, that's exactly what you just said.
No, but I saw it and it just made me be like,
That's funny because I straw it.
yeah, Daddy.
Audio only isn't going to really get it. For people who don't know,
Yeah.
there's two women on the couch.
Okay.
Excuse me. Keep that on. Pay $500 for that noise in the background.
I bet they can't hear it, but the AC did just turn on and made a loud noise. They launched Special K bars, breakfast bars.
Yes.
And I don't know why, because they had no protein. Like there was no nutritional benefit to them.
Right.
Careful.
It's just sugar.
Can't afford a lawsuit right now. Speaking of suits.
I have watched you on like 4 podcasts in the
just
last
obsessed
week.
with
All you
suits,
talk
dude.
about is suits. It's like
Thanks for watching.
We have to do an aggressive campaign like to fight this.
I think we should see if we could get Netflix and Suits to sponsor an
This
episode.
show was canceled like 7 years ago.
Yeah, but it's brought back on Netflix. Like,
I know that
as a month
happens.
ago or
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay,
and
so
it's tearing up the world right
Oh,
now.
is it? Okay.
It's
been promoted a lot to me personally, and I had no idea. I guess I didn't even realize it was an old show, but now that you say it,
It's really good. And also
Yeah.
they gave, I don't know the metrics of if you look at billions of hours watched, but it did show like the first 2 weeks or month it was out, it did like 8 times what Squid Games did. Granted, Squid Games is 1 season and Suits is 8.
wait, that is crazy.
But it's like one of the highest viewed things on Netflix like ever.
Oh.
It's like And I get it. It's so good. But you were talking about Special K bars?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys were like sad, insecure teenagers or preteens, but like I tried every diet there was, like Slim Fast, Boost, and so I did try the Special K diet. It obviously didn't work and just led to me like binge eating cereal.
Right.
But
It's a good name for a special.
what?
Binge eating cereal.
Oh, I thought it led to. Binge
Wait,
Oh,
Esther, we have to stop right now. You thought it led to would be a good name for a comedy special?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it was by Sherwin Williams. I hate fucking messing that up with their lead paint.
We got it.
Like something like everything led to binge eating cereal. I don't know. I thought there was more to it.
Right.
That would be a good review for the special.
Wait, so were you an overweight teenager?
What do you think?
No, I don't think so. No.
Of course not. You would have developed a sense.
Oh, I was overweight in college though.
I have found that traditionally in men, when there's a good-looking man who's very funny, it's not a surprise to find out when he was younger he was overweight.
Is this you coming out as a young child with?
Thank you for calling
She
me
just called
attractive.
you hot.
No,
Yeah.
because
No, I'm
I know
talking
you
about Adam Ray.
identify. You identify.
Adam Ray, and I identify as a young fat teenager.
No, as an attractive man.
Oh, I identify as an 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've talked about this with you, but I have a theory that everybody is an 8
To themselves.
from their eyes, and that's where the scale is. So like if somebody thinks this person's pretty relative to you,
Right.
so like I am an 8. Anybody who I think is prettier than me is a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
So us. That's why you're doing
Absolutely.
Okay.
2 10s right over there.
Okay, good.
It feels hurtful when he says it.
Well,
You know?
because
I'm so
she
used
set
to
the
it.
rule.
Yeah, you're like that felt.
I think you
like
two
an
are some of the most
attack.
beautiful. If I were a male comedian, I would want to date both of you.
Oh.
But I don't identify as a male comedian.
What do you identify
as hot.
Oh, God.
We'll be right back. Miracle is. Have you gotten the sheets yet?
Yeah.
They're unbelievable.
What's miracle?
Miracle sheets. They sent them and.
Oh, like bed sheets?
yeah.
Oh, I think you mean like face sheets. Okay, gotcha.
Here's why Miracle sheets are different than any other sheet
Can
I've
I get?
tried.
Are you gonna talk about the self cooling?
That was one of the things.
Yeah, really good. But go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Dave is obsessed with that because he runs really hot. And so self-cooling sheets, I don't understand how that works, but it's amazing. That's scientifically backed. Like sleeping in a cool environment makes your sleep better. Like you can't sleep if you're hot. Okay. So the reason also for me is they're self-cleaning.
Yeah, self clean. Well, they're antibacterial.
Yes. They're infused with silver that prevent
Yeah.
up to 99.7% of bacterial
You should still
growth.
wash them though.
Yeah, but they stay cleaner and
Yes.
fresh 3 times longer than like your average sheet.
So go to trymiracle.com/haveatime. Wait, I thought it was 10% off. You order today, save over 40%. And if you use our promo code HAVEATIME at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%.
Miracle is so confident in their product. It's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So it's like literally, why not try them?
Trymiracle.com/haveatime. That's HAVEATIME. Again, that's trymiracle.com/haveatime to treat yourself.
Is the free towels thing accurate?
I made that up.
Yeah,
but-
I feel like
no,
it-
it is. That's in there.
Really?
I know that's a deal, right?
Wait,
I'm serious. That's in there. Absolutely.
seems like they're losing money.
Hi, you guys. I am so excited to be back on tour doing stand-up. And this fall, very soon, I'm going to be in DC. The first show sold out. We just added a second one.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very cool.
September 28th at the DC Improv. And also a few days after that, September 30th, I will be at the Wilbur Theater for the first time in Boston. Get tickets at EstherOnIce.com. That's EstherOnIce.com. I can't wait to see you guys this fall. I'm going to be having my pumpkin cream cold brew.
Ooh.
I can't wait.
You know, Cesar, it's funny that you bring up your show being sold out on September 28th because my show just sold out on September 29th at Union Hall in Brooklyn, New York. We just added a second show, September 30th. Link in the description.
Wait, were you an insecure teen that like hated
I was
your
never
body?
insecure. Yeah,
That's amazing.
That's the only skill or talent that I have. I try to tell people this.
That's a very insecure thing to say.
No, it's not. It's
I have no talents other than being okay with it.
It's true. I feel like it's accurate.
You can't do a backflip?
Certainly not. Can you?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it here.
No, do it.
No. It'll be out of frame.
He hates when we make him back up the bits that he does. Okay. Can you do a handstand?
No.
Somersault?
Somersault is like the intro. Everyone can do a
Yeah.
somersault.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like when's the last time you actually tried to do a somersault?
February?
I feel like
What was that? What was that like in
Valentine's Day
February?
present
Yeah. I forgot to get my girl a gift, so I said, watch this.
Wait, were you an insecure teen in high school?
No, but if I had more awareness, I would have been.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, I like that. That's interesting.
Thanks.
Were you, I
Thank
am
you.
curious, like, what were you like in high school? Like, who are your friends?
Cut to a clip.
Okay. You know, I actually have clips of me in high school because I made this documentary of myself senior year.
Of course.
I know. We had like some like very vague project we were assigned.
We
in
should
English
use
class.
that as if we ever have to miss an episode, we should just post that. We'll just do ads for it.
I like tune in.
So I lost one of the DVDs, but before I lost it, thank God,
We is a multi-part DVD series.
there's a DVD
Just the
version.
director's cut
It's a collection.
is 3 DVDs.
Wait,
At least one with director's commentary.
I can explain. I had the DVD, right? And thank God, before I lost it or it got destroyed or whatever, I showed it to Dave like very early in our relationship, and it rocked his world.
Got him going.
It made him
True?
so close to breaking up with me.
Oh, really?
Can we get a microphone over there? Is that possible?
I would love Dave's thoughts on your documentary as a fellow professional.
So he's getting a mic, but so then that DVD for some reason it like got lost. Maybe Dave secretly destroyed it. I don't know.
Yeah, it got lost.
But then a high school friend of mine recently like reached out to me. He's like, I have all this footage because he had all the raw footage.
That's not a good like text to get.
Yeah, why did he message you that out of nowhere? It sounds like a threat.
Esther, I have all this footage.
I have all this raw
If
footage.
someone texted me, Corinne, I have all this footage, I would go into a bunker.
It gets worse. Like literally, if you play the raw footage, there's like a 30-second clip of me having sex with my high school ex-boyfriend.
Why are you even bringing this up now? I'm uncomfortable.
This is Esther's Zapruder film.
But wait, who filmed that? You? Did you have was the guy who had the raw footage holding the camera?
No.
Why would he have the footage?
Yeah, that's a good
I
question.
don't know.
Do you know that it's crazy? If that got out, you could have dated Kanye.
Home Alone
Macaulay
cover?
Culkin. Yeah. You look like Macaulay Culkin.
Thank you.
No.
He's a friend. I love him.
Ooh.
I feel like he is a friend.
He is.
We've been talking about maybe having guests on, and you've been like throwing out names of guests, and I've been throwing out like Adam Ray, Eric Griffin. You're throwing out fucking people from like, what's that movie with Bruce Willis?
My friend Haley Joel Osment.
I know his name.
Who is literally so funny and like would fit in with us so well. And yeah, Miranda Cosgrove, and then maybe I doubt Macaulay Culkin. Actually, I think
You've just
he
been
would.
calling out people
I
who
think he
like
would.
people who like were really famous in the 90s. Not that they're not famous anymore.
That's weirdly who I relate to because I feel like I was really famous in the 90s.
Well, yeah, I got the raw footage to show it.
But Dave, okay, so Dave is mic'd. You watched the original DVD, the director's cut.
Some of it, yeah. There's really only one part that we refer to. I mean, look, it feels like it's someone who is convinced they're going to be the most important person of all time, documenting
Yeah, that
their
translates.
high school experience.
That translates.
Yeah, like it feels like someone who's like, thank God we're recording this so that future biographers can have every detail of what happened my senior year of high school before I became Madonna level famous or like
Accurate.
No, back then, that's a fair thing to say. 'Cause they were
yeah,
in a league of their
yeah.
own.
Well, I know it. Well, she's Esther loved Madonna.
Yeah.
It still does.
And that translated over to Lady Gaga. And now where is that?
Now it's a rough patch. Britney,
SZA.
I love SZA. She's kind of like my new biggest one.
Right, and Britney. That makes sense.
Britney is hard right now.
Yeah, Brittany, we're all thoughts and prayers for Brittany.
You were big on Brittany Murphy for a while too, weren't you?
Yes, I love. See, this is
Brittany
you're the
Murphy's
same way,
brave.
right? Like,
Yeah.
is it? I attribute it to like a lack of parenting, where like my female pop stars were just like my everything. They're like my god, my mother, like everything to me.
Your lack
Have
of
you ever
parenting.
looked inward for that and looked at yourself for those types of things?
Oh, I never thought about. Wait, really?
I
What-
just never thought about looking inward at all.
Even that you were gonna make a joke because you were gonna take it literally because you don't know what that means.
Wait, yeah, like for your. Don't you need like a mommy or a daddy?
There's an
Well, when you
episode.
say it like that, I mean, I think that's like someone who
Yeah,
gives
well,
you
didn't you-
money for doing sex work.
Corinne.
Well, you were talking about having the raw footage, and it wasn't even raw, was it? You were making that was a pun. So in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, is that racist to bring up for you, Esther?
Yes.
There was an episode
Thank you
where
for-
Will was talking to a sensei of sorts, and he was...
Wait, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Oh, are you? Because you could take it back and I could just keep going.
Can I just get... I know the man who played Jeffrey the butler on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, I know. You try to get him as a guest.
We have the same accountant, and next time he's in the country, we're gonna have him on.
I would love that. I'd like to apologize to him for setting him up that he won the lottery.
His name is Joseph Marcel, and he's
We know.
a really nice theater actor. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, keep going.
So,
Stay tuned.
He was talking to somebody, and he was talking about instead of looking outside at all of these things, and like this dragon is the metaphor. Instead of looking at the dragon within, he's looking at the dragon without. And Will goes, without what?
I like that.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, speaking of sitcoms, so last night, Dave and I, we went out for our Saturday
Speaking of Dave,
night.
aren't you trying to get Dave Coulier on the podcast as well?
I don't know him,
Yeah,
but
right.
I was on...
Sure. That's the biggest lie you've ever told. Oh, yeah. Esther doesn't know Dave Coulier. Esther, do me a favor. Cut it out.
Yes.
Okay, so last night, Dave and I were on our Saturday night ice cream date, and we were talking about old sitcoms because I'm like rewatching Seinfeld right now because it's one of my favorites. And he was talking about Friends, and he said that he had a pitch. Will you share
No.
this? He had a pitch for what should be the last line in the finale of Friends.
Wait, did he write on
I
Friends?
don't know what the last
No,
episode
I
of
have
Friends
done-
is.
You're just workshopping?
It's not like I actually had it's not like I ever actually tried to.
I think that made sense. I think you're
Okay.
projecting. I didn't think that it was up to you and the other guy, and they took his. I think this is just just that you're that involved in the business. I get how that could be
I
a
was not
possibility.
involved really in the business at the time. Well, I
Yeah.
guess I was, but not. Anyway, I just thought it would be funny if they were at Central Perk and they walk away, and then at the very end, Joey passes the sign and he's like, "Oh, Central Perk, I just got that."
Yeah, I like that. That's a lot.
It's fine. It's not worth. It's like, is it worth bringing up?
They
on
would
a
have done it. That was
podcast?
him in the pitch room saying, "Never mind. I don't know if we should do this." I think it's a great throwaway joke.
No, it's a decent idea I had 20 years ago.
I love it.
for a show that
Why
I
are
wasn't
you so
involved
mad
in.
about it?
She's so supportive. She
Because
loves
do you
it
your
feel
work.
like that you
cute.
brought it up?
It's like a little embarrassing to me. Like, there's no real reason to bring it up, but it's cute.
I get how it's like
that-
you don't want to seem
I like
like
that it
I
tickled
could
you.
have
Right,
solved
exactly.
the...
Right. What was the actual last line for
He'd
Friends?
walk by Central Perk sign and be like, "I love this place."
I actually don't know because I never watched Friends.
Me
I don't
neither. That's why I was like, I mean, I've watched a couple episodes.
I
but
watched a
Yeah.
lot, but I don't remember the last episode. I know there's 10 seasons.
I don't know if this
At
is
least.
the very last thing, but close to the very end is they're all leaving the apartment,
Right.
and they're like, "Should we get coffee?" And then
yeah.
Chandler says, "Where?" That as a
Yeah.
joke. That might be the very end. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yours is stronger.
I think that they both are part of the same family. They're both self-referential and about the coffee shop.
Right.
And very much that would be Chandler's version of it, being a sarcastic joke. If Joey had the last line, that would be Joey's version of it, I think.
So
Okay.
vote it out in the comments or call us at 1-800-AMERICAN-IDOL and cast your vote today.
I think maybe you guys could reshoot the ending to Friends as some kind of. Do you guys have Patreon content for this? Or it seems like maybe emotionally you
Are
didn't
you
get
kidding me?
there. You can barely get through the episode.
Before asking for Patreon people, let's ask. Our ads are really not. They're not. What's the word?
there.
Translating.
Yeah, people aren't signing up. They're not buying the shorts. They're not getting the therapy. They're not getting the pills. They're not eating the food. We are struggling over here. Okay,
That's not true, but if
our
you...
merch should just be. We should just like. It should be like Hello Fresh. Like on our website, we should just be selling the food. As at the end of our shows, we should be selling Hello Fresh. Nobody's buying from us.
we also do a live show all in a different language, so people have to use Babbel to learn to go.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's really funny.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. You know what the difference between you two is? I say that's very funny. You say I'm not giving you enough. We say that's funny. He goes, please, that's enough. I see why it works.
Thank you. We are very opposite.
For you. I see why you like him is what I meant.
Wait, don't put me down too much in regards to my relationship with Dave, because last week, all the comments, and
you can't read these comments.
But I do, and you do too. And
I
they're
don't
like
anymore.
literally all these men that are like, Esther's a toxic red flag.
Oh, they love to say that. That's their
Dave
favorite thing.
I do think you should review the situation with Corinne and get her take on, because
I don't want to bring it up again because people like
Gives them too much.
they're responding to a specific incident.
I showed up at Dave's bachelor party.
Oh.
But you said you don't want to bring it up, and I believe
What
that
were you
instinct of
wearing?
yours.
It's funny you say that because when I told Shay Mitchell, because I was filming Dollface the night before, she was like,
Oh, are you friends with a celebrity?
yes. I mean, did she respond to text since the show was canceled?
She's your Blake Griffin.
Esther,
He gets back to me. He gets back.
Wait, how did you know Blake Griffin?
Stand up. A lot of comedians are friends with him, I feel like.
Oh, that's right.
He was
went
doing
through
the
his,
roasting phase.
Right.
Yeah, we did some podcasts.
Okay.
And there was a picture. I went to a game, I don't remember which game, it doesn't really matter, but I was on the floor and I was walking, like the game was over and I was walking down the court to leave, and Blake had just finished an interview, like mid-court of some way. And I, being like the 10th grader to the varsity athlete is how it feels like. I'm like, Blake! Like, what is Blake? And he didn't hear me, or he just didn't look. And then after the game, the cameras are still going, and there's a picture. If I could find it, I'll send it. We'll put it up. It's so pathetic. It's me. It's just a picture. I think you can see Blake's profile because it's over here, and it's me like trying so hard to be friends with somebody.
I relate.
Yeah, that's your Shay Mitchell.
Well, every time, Esther, you've told me multiple stories about celebrities that you know, and then you go, answers text sometimes.
Yeah. Kesha.
Yeah. And I was like, that's better than me. Someone gave me her phone number and I go, but what am I going to do with this? I can't just be like, hi, I'm a person you've never met, but I'm a big fan. Like,
Isn't that what they put on burgers in space?
What?
A little bit of
Kesha's phone
Kesha?
number? Oh.
I actually like texting.
The fuck does that mean?
It means you know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like texting
Thanks.
with celebrities who don't always get back to me has actually helped me in life
I text you back.
because I now feel like it's actually okay to not respond to everyone all the time.
Yes, it is.
Wait, what?
I agree 100%.
Really?
100%.
You
Like-
have to, yeah, it's really, I when you calculate how much time you spend responding to people who don't deserve your time or don't need to be responded to. What is this, a text from you?
678
Whoa.
texts. Yeah.
If
I'm
you
in that
if you
range.
need to get a
That's
hold of me, you could
crazy.
call me
Yeah, I like
or
that.
email my accountant,
Yes. Do you also have
Jeffrey.
Arnold?
We haven't asked you enough questions yet.
Well, I'm actually still thinking about the Special K diet, and if we got to the bottom of that, because you kind of introduced it, and then I don't know was there a hard ending to that story?
No, it just kind of fizzled. But if
Okay.
you do
Much
want,
like many of Esther's stories.
if
Is that
you-
okay every now and then to say
yes,
something?
of course.
Thanks.
No, I like you
Good
today.
communication, Rick.
Cheers.
I do have a different diet that I also made a documentary on that the footage I can't find.
We're gonna need to put a trigger warning on this episode. Everyone's gonna be like,
Also, my senior year of high school, I had just for the first time tried chocolate chip flavored Pop-Tarts. And I don't know if you've tried them, but
is that in the documentary, Dave?
no, it's not in that one.
The documentary is all about whether she's going to pursue theater or dance, and what a giant like
It's
the
a real nail biter.
ramification. Yes, like which one she chooses will set the path for the rest of her life, and like, will she be the most famous dancer or Broadway star of all time?
I think I
is
just figured out this
basically the
podcast.
subtext.
What?
It's you, me, Dave, and another woman.
Okay.
It could be you as many times as you'd like, but it's
Thank
got to
you.
be another woman.
Thank you so
Why
much.
is that?
Because 2 women, 2 men.
Like we both need backup.
No, you need another woman and a man. I'm fine. I could do this solo, but if you're here, we need another woman
That's
and Dave.
fine. As I have tried to warn the viewers, I'm currently going through a medication change. I am not fully myself, but this is the
Well,
most.
these have been the best episodes we've done.
This is my most fun I've had in like 3 weeks. I've been bedridden,
Thanks to this guy.
and this guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying last week we had him as well.
No, totally. Wait,
Um,
okay. So let me ask you a question. Let me start.
We have to promote. You want to tell your Instagram or something?
She's killing it. Guys,
I know,
we
but
fucked.
No, I know.
Corinne
But when we're
Fisher.
here, we gotta be like.
She also has a monthly show at the Comedy Store.
That's what I really want to promote
in Los Angeles. That is so.
When is the next one? Were you here for it? I assume so. It's next month.
Yeah, so the next one is Thursday, September 28th. The tickets aren't on sale yet, but it's called Gash. It's horror themed,
and it's always
Horror
the best lineups in LA. Like it's so good. I did the first.
The
one.
show that I did with you in the belly room, that was not that show. That was
that was Colin Terrell's show. Yeah,
he's funny.
Yeah, I love Colin.
I'm sorry.
But her show is really fun, and it's also like you get great comics on it, and it's kind of like an intimate. It's in the belly room, which is
Will
like
Shay
an
Mitchell ever be
iconic-
there?
I don't know.
Haley Joel
Fingers
Osment?
crossed. She didn't answer the text yet. So
Do you have her new number?
Who? Haley? Shay? No, I still have her old number.
Okay.
You know whose old number I have? I don't want to say it, but it's crazy.
Say it.
What a funny brag is to talk about what celebrity's old number you have. The more famous they are, if you don't talk to them every month, they're getting new numbers.
I could go toe to toe with you on celebrities' old numbers.
Yeah, but mine are cool celebrities. You're people you've heard of.
I don't know.
Michael B. Jordan much?
I do think it is fun. For some reason with you, I feel comfortable like bragging about lame things. So I do think this is a safe space to brag about celebrities.
Who would you not feel more specifically? What is it about our relationship that you feel comfortable bragging about a lame thing?
I'm already so low. Like
she already feels so bad being around you.
No, but answer it for real. What does that mean? Low.
I think there's
you're right. When you started a bit, he didn't respond.
No, because it's
thank you.
It's me. Yeah, cut to a clip of your fucking podcast. Me on there throwing out bangers, and you guys are like, what? And like, no, be serious.
How are you on dates?
I try to have less processed refined sugar, so I use them as an alternative. But I also
but when you're romantically going out with a woman, what is that like?
Food.
Oh,
I was on board. I knew. I gave a lecture to the team ahead of time about. I was like, listen, we're gonna ask questions, and he's probably not gonna answer them. So we're gonna have to have a game plan on how to handle this.
I gave bits. I gave sincerity. That's my superpower.
I prepared the team for exactly what you were gonna pull, and then you pulled it.
It's funny to have to give a team lecture.
Yeah. We had to have a powwow before Rick GLASSMAN episode. We've been doing this show for 10 years.
No,
I'm
but
curious about something here.
Yeah.
What? I do.
This is riveting content. Please keep looking at your phone.
Speak or no?
Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead. Floor is to Esther.
I do feel like she is right though. Like sometimes, like when I try to be silly, you kind of shut it down, and I don't discount that I do the same to you. So I do want to say, like, if I do that,
You know, my episode has been up for 3 days. It's already the third most viewed podcast on YouTube of your YouTube.
So this is what
On
I
my
mean.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I know. I'm not surprised. We knew you
Well,
get a lot of.
thanks for the lecture.
You get a lot of.
Oh my God! See, you
Well, I
were
went- I
doing
was
a
ready
silly
for it.
bit, and he's whatever.
How come I'm not allowed to fight back my way, which gets a lot of views, instead of your way, which has to complain about her medication?
That's so mean. You know that I'm going through something serious.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm saying if you're going to use it as an excuse while making fun of me for my huge penis. Wait, what did you make fun of me about again?
Yeah, is that right? Yeah. Wait.
I'm a competitive boy, and if you don't know that by
You
now,
are.
very.
But I'm
This is
not
weird
a
that you
boy.
said boy. Yeah.
I just figured it out. You're right. I've been treating you like a peer or a friend. And you're just a fragile little girl who's trying to be
Yes.
Madonna.
You need to treat me a tier lower.
Okay. I'm going to forget, but I'm going to try this sincerely for a minute. Let me try this.
I already hate this.
No. I'm going to do it for real.
Okay.
I'm going to do it for real. All right. But before we do that, let's not do it with anything other than what we already talked about. So we were talking about Gash. And you've done this show before?
Yeah.
And it's fun?
It's so much fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. You're just repeating now? Is that the new persona?
I'm not doing a persona. I'm just trying to be more empathetic toward you.
Okay. I have a question for everyone in the room. What is your favorite flavor of Pop-Tart?
As it was coming out, I knew that was going to be the question.
I love this question.
It's a good one.
And this is going somewhere, believe it or not.
Okay.
Well, we did talk about toaster strudel before and how sometimes you would double up the icing so your mom would have to have some without icing.
You did make up that theory, and I'm not fighting you on it.
Well,
but
didn't you say that your mom would eat them without icing?
I could see that happening for sure.
Right. Well, you weren't there when she ate the toaster strudels with no icing left, but that's what happened.
Well, because toaster strudel, you have to apply the icing,
And
whereas Pop-Tarts, it's already on.
Yeah, and the icing on toaster strudel is the toaster strudel itself.
Right.
And I always wanted more.
As an
Right.
adult, though, like it's not like you can just have the ice. Like the toaster strudel is not nothing.
It isn't nothing. You're absolutely correct. But without the icing, it's just a thing.
Am I crazy that the only flavor of toaster strudel I can think of is strawberry?
Same.
What?
Pop-Tart.
No, I know.
No, we're
but
talking about
let's go.
strudels.
We
Toaster
switched,
strudels.
but it is a confusing.
I'll tell you something. If I were working for toaster strudel, when I'm working for toaster strudel,
Yes, baby.
Manifest it.
I would have, you know how apps, they have add-ons that you don't need? I'm not talking about like at Applebee's. I'm talking about like on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should have next to their like big packs of icing.
Of course.
Or Oreos have done this.
Yeah, they do double
Why not
stuff,
have
triple
double
stuff.
icing stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
Or
get
sell-
rid of the hydrogenated oils.
Sell the icing separately.
Oops, all icing.
Oops, all icing.
Ooh.
A
I'll tell you
reference.
It's a superpower. These lines, whether it's for friends or whether it's for toaster strudel, which incidentally is two of the things Esther needs the most.
Although,
Friends and toaster strudels.
that is, let's just for people, that is a play on Oops, all berries, Captain Crunch. Okay, just so everyone knew.
I didn't know, so honestly, thank you.
I didn't remember
You're
what it was, what it specifically was from, but I do know that the oops all is like a, I don't know if it's a trope, but I know it's been done and
It's great.
we moved it there. Yeah.
Favorite flavor Pop-Tart? Who's got an answer?
I think it's the same for everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the one that got them into Pop-Tarts. I get you could say cinnamon or whatever you want to talk
Brown
chocolate
sugar
chip.
cinnamon.
Yeah, I mean, because that I would always go for because that's my favorite. But then when I was forced or trying something else and I went back to strawberry, every time I was reminded, this is the king Pop-Tart.
But
Strawberry.
strawberry ice
Strawberry.
with the sprinkles. That's
Yeah.
also my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dave?
I don't know that I've ever had a Pop-Tart. if
What
I'm
is
being
it going on in the
honest.
Northeast in the childhoods?
I don't think
They eat like lobster rolls instead of Pop-Tarts. It's so
Esther?
weird.
that's not
More of that. Okay? More of that.
Great
Jesus, Dave, when did you write that for her?
It feels like a
We're
like
equals now.
It feels like a Goyish treat to have a Pop-Tart,
Oh.
if I'm being honest.
I
Oh,
don't feel that way.
interesting.
I could appreciate that. I don't feel that way. I grew up with them.
I believe that, but for some reason to me it feels like I don't know. That's not a.
Do you want to
that's not
explain
some-
to the audience what Goyish means?
Oh, like non-Jewish. Yeah, it's not the kind of thing we'd have before Hebrew school. Let's put it that way.
Danny?
What did you eat for breakfast?
Wild berry is my favorite.
Wild berry?
Oh, that was maybe the only one I didn't like.
Sounds
Really?
You never get that
Yeah,
answer.
with purple and this stuff.
Yeah, that's the
I
slap.
loved the look of it. And every time I would eat it, I'd be like, remember, Rick, it looks cool. That ain't it.
Okay,
Right.
I'm surprised. Here's some ones I'm surprised I didn't hear. S'mores.
Bad.
That's not good.
It's so good.
Bad.
And brown sugar cinnamon.
Yeah, that was, I ate brown sugar cinnamon the most.
Yeah.
But strawberry, that's a tentpole, and I understand why.
Okay, so the reason I bring this up to point this out is that no one noticed, no one in this room said chocolate chip, and I'm going to tell you why.
I don't even remember chocolate
I didn't
chip.
even know that was a flavor.
It's
Yeah.
so rare, and also it was not purchased as much because it did not have a frosting top. It was simply, it was a look, you could see like the naked, most of the naked
Yeah,
body.
there's another naked one I've seen before.
And there was drizzle of chocolate, and so you don't really reach for that. But one day,
Wasn't there some more like that too?
No, the s'more had like a
Okay.
light brown frosting, and it was so good. I want it so bad right now. But
Is that okay for her to say? Call back. Podcast.
but long story short, the morning I first tried a chocolate chip Pop-Tart in high school, I got it from the vending machine, and then the next period I was in not menstrual but class. I went to theater class and I found out I was gonna have to wear a bikini in the play, and I was like, "Whoa, I'm at a crossroads in my life right now," because
What
I
grade
just
is this?
senior year.
Okay.
So I was an adult.
Right.
I
Wow.
was like, I'm at a crossroads. I need to both have a flat stomach, look good in a bikini, but
And eat my
also
Pop-Tarts.
I need to eat those chocolate chip Pop-Tarts. So that's when I invented the flux capacitor. Just kidding. The Pop-Tart diet.
Oh.
I think it was funny. So
Do the
I don't
lobster
care.
roll thing again. Do the lobster roll thing again.
Hey, Dave.
Walk us through.
So then I invented the Pop-Tart diet.
Okay.
And it lasted about 7 days.
Which is like the Special K diet where you just eat Pop-Tarts for 7 days?
Yeah.
What
so
happened on the
And
eighth
how
that
is
you
that a
passed
diet? That's just
out?
eating a lot of them.
No, it was a 2-pack per meal. And I remember my dad took me downtown to see Little Women, the musical. And I remember coming home and I was so what?
I like how you define what you meant by period, but we thought you meant he took you downtown to see a bunch of women dwarves.
And then I remember like coming home, like my dad tried to take me out to dinner. I was like, I can't. And I remember like getting home late from the play and I was like, I have to have my Pop-Tarts.
That's a great like 90s commercial. I can't. I just have to have my Pop-Tarts.
But anyways, like I want to say like 5 to 7 days into the diet, I was like, there was a girl in my physics class, Anne Bolano, and she was eating carrots, and I was like, I need one of those, and then the diet ended. But I did lose weight on the Pop-Tart diet, and
you lost weight because you didn't eat that much.
Yes,
Right.
It wasn't because of the Pop-Tarts. It was the caloric deficiency.
Yeah. Well, you could. Yeah. I mean, you could do. Anytime someone said like Kelly Osbourne years ago was like, oh, how'd you lose so much weight? And she did the chocolate diet. Basically, if you consistently eat one thing, because you kind of get tired of it, and then you're also not getting enough nutrients. So exactly, like, you have a caloric deficiency.
The clip of her?
No, do you remember
On The View?
when Kelly?
I want to talk
Kelly.
about it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you go. Your turn.
Do you remember when Kelly Osbourne also was on the Easy Mac diet?
Oh God, no, I didn't know she did that. I specifically remember the chocolate one.
You
'cause I
can't
could
call
see
it a
that.
diet. Just like I'm on the.
You can.
That's not what a diet is.
No, you're totally right. But you can still call it, like in the 90s and like early Y2K, that was the
true.
culture. Like there was like cabbage
early
soup
aughts,
diet.
right? That's the same thing as early Y2K.
Y2K, yeah.
How is diet actually defined? Like if you look,
I think it's just how you eat.
Yeah, I guess then it could be.
So,
But like,
I know what you're saying. It's like you shouldn't promote that as a diet, as a way to live.
You know, I hope no one's tuning into this show for health tips.
You could cut off after tuning into the show.
What were you?
The only
gonna say?
diet I would say is HelloFresh.
That's right, please. And all that, yes. I feel so much better now that I'm on Hello. Actually, I did make a really good HelloFresh, but they're not paying us for that anymore.
Did they stop?
I don't know.
I think it might still be a thing.
I don't know.
But no, Esther, bring that I tried this and it's great energy to the actual commercial that we do at the end of this.
You always cut down the commercials. I think we'll talk about it.
You say
later.
cut down as in trim down.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're 6 minutes.
Okay. If it's real, then
Sure.
sure.
You know what we should do is we should get one sponsor, have them act as 3 pay-wise, and literally the title of that episode is the sponsor, and the whole episode we just talk about it, and that's the whole thing. And the podcast is called Making Bank.
And it will be very little amounts of bank, so that will be misleading. But yes, I'm
Miss
down.
and Mr. Leading. I feel like I would probably be carrying most of it, but I do think that we could have like a HelloFresh. We'd have a hat. We would cook it.
Okay, a cooking show.
Well, if it's HelloFresh, when it's BetterHelp, we could talk about you
Showing up
crashing
at
his
the
bachelor party. And when it's Babbel, we could, have like have Tom Segura on.
Why?
He does a Spanish podcast.
He does?
Yeah.
Wait, that's so impressive.
Yeah, he was also doing a I don't think it happened. I think he was doing it for COVID, he said. I don't remember if it came out or if it will or if it didn't, but like he was preparing and doing a full Spanish speaking special.
Oh wow.
A lot of these big YouTubers do
They post in both
they have like
languages.
separate accounts for other countries and they have people dub it. I've thought about because my podcast is not, I don't know how big I know in South Korea because I used to study there, but I don't know how big it translates in other places.
You could dub it in Hebrew.
Yeah. I feel like in Israel they would get it enough. It would just be, they wouldn't understand the words, but it would be me going a lot. But I did think it would be fun to have just like a channel of like in so many different languages of my podcast.
Yeah,
and
no,
just
I do
hire
think
somebody to
that's
dub
funny.
them. I should do that.
I like that.
If you are one of those people, cool.
What
was
is
gonna say, hit me
those
up.
people?
One of those people, that could like speak French and English.
Danny, are you okay? Those people? Did you hear that?
Oh, Esther, when you do it, I got to tell you something.
I felt it.
It feels.
You felt
My
attacked.
cousin has a very strong jaw, and when he makes those jokes, he has a racist jaw.
Right.
I feel like your intention isn't to play and satirize the tropes of what these things are as much as it is an attack on me, but in the words of attacking this
See,
innocent young black
you're
man.
doing it again. It's like when I do something, you find all the flaws in it.
Yes.
But the way you do it is perfect. Did you know that Corinne, this is like the most random thing ever.
North or south?
Oh my God.
I actually don't know. East. Corinne East Fisher, who's sitting to my left, which actually would make her Corinne West. Despite her really cool pants and her Posh Spice t-shirt, you'll never guess what she does on the side. Do you know?
Yeah, she has a monthly show at the Comedy Store called Cash.
That's not on the side. That's in the front.
Oh, I figure once a month is kind of on the side.
Oh.
That's her stand-up
That's
stuff,
my stand-up
West
comedy
Coast.
career.
Is it something that you make?
No.
Then I don't know.
Okay.
Do you want to guess?
Is it something that you make? That felt sexist.
Reiki or something like what? Nice.
Oh, these are all sexist answers.
How is Reiki and something that you make sexist?
It's just like wellness space. Do I bake
Sad
cupcakes?
girl on Etsy.
Yeah, exactly. It had very sad girl on Etsy vibes. He's like, do you make a little candle? Do you make a
when
bracelet?
I said make, it doesn't mean candle. There are so many things.
A baby? Is that what you meant, Rick?
Why are you so upset about the idea of creation?
He hates it when you do Rick to Rick. He hates it.
Well, a woman invented the camera. Oh, no, she didn't. A woman invented the computer. No.
A woman invented chocolate chip cookies. Is that what you want? Is that going to make you happy?
Wait, if a woman did invent chocolate chip cookies, we win.
She did, but it was like the story is so like it's like an accidental story. It's basically like she was making regular cookies and she dropped chocolate chips into it and she was like, "This is good." It's an embarrassing story.
That sounds like claiming that an accident sounds like that video. Have you seen this video of this woman who is a bit heavy? She's a heavier woman. And she's talking about how she's eating. She ordered this veggie sandwich. She's very excited. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's
and they
brilliant.
gave
The
her
acting is
the wrong.
brilliant.
She pretends that they gave her the wrong.
Yeah,
sandwich.
so she orders this veggie
Yeah.
sandwich and she's talking about it because she's eating well, and she opens it up and she's so disappointed because they fucked up the sandwich.
Okay.
And there's cheese and there's bacon and there's turkey. I mean, I'll eat this, but it's not what I ordered. And also I got fruit. They gave me chips, and she's so upset, and she eats it and she goes, "Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's not what I wanted." But obviously that's what she wanted.
Right.
Like she's making a joke that she's trying to eat healthy, but oh fuck.
Right.
They accidentally sent me this cheese and bacon sandwich. That's what that chocolate chip thing sounds like.
Is this like what is this? Why is this a famous story? Is this like a
it's
fairy
just a viral
tale?
video.
Oh,
Have you seen it?
No.
Or maybe we could put up here. It's the acting is fucking
Oh, she's acting. Okay.
I mean, I have to imagine, because what's the point of documenting this?
Got a veggie sandwich. They gave me the wrong sandwich. Oh no! Turkey with bacon and cheese. This is not a veggie sandwich. Wow. All right. Well, here we go.
I was
It's
like,
brilliant.
do men have like urban legends around sandwiches? Like what is like this story that you and I don't know, but they both do?
It was weird that both them knew the story, and you knew the story too.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Oh, so it's
We'll put it up
Jewish?
here, I think.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm gonna tell you what Corinne's business is.
is it selling tampons door to door?
You got it. No, she literally.
You got it is a
owns-
great catchphrase for you, by the way, to give someone props. You got it.
You'll never believe this. She owns and operates a baseball card shop.
Oh, I did know that.
in Larchmont, New York.
Yeah, with John Campanelli you work with, right?
He's like he works.
John Campanelli's the boss, right?
He's the boss.
Yep,
yeah.
he's the boss. You got it.
Who's the boss? You have any friends from that who we can get on the pod?
I won't
Name the
text
cast. I'll let you know. Sometimes I don't know their credits.
So I did know that, and I am a big Magic the Gathering collector. And but you're mostly sports cards.
Yeah,
does
we
it
have
all.
we have non-sports, but we didn't get into Magic the Gathering because I feel like that has its own culture, and I didn't know it well enough to feel like I could sell it with knowledge.
But you
We have
guys sell Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
know a lot about her card business.
You do. I'm sure you've had many phone calls about it, Esther. How many this week?
Why?
Because John works there, and that's like all his fodder is about the baseball.
We have
card
a
shop.
lot of Campanelli material on this pod.
I know.
We should get him here one time, but not have a camera on him.
They blur him out.
And also, for real, not have the microphone on. Come on, that would be really funny, wouldn't it?
I'm in.
It would kill it.
You got it.
But so this was your dad's business,
Mhm.
and then he passed away, and you like took the reins and like revamped it.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you work at that place while he was still around, or was
No,
it
I wasn't allowed to because he was like, you'll damage things.
right?
And he was probably right, but then he died, so I got to touch everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long ago did he pass?
2 years ago.
And then was it like, you know what, I'm going to pick this thing up? Or what? Like, was this a plan?
No, it was not a plan. It was, he got sick very unexpectedly. So literally like one day, just locked the door to the store and never came back. That sounded more cryptic than I meant it to sound, but it was true. And then it was kind of like end of COVID. So I wasn't on the road that much. And I was like, I have a flexible schedule. I have a little bit of money to put into this. I felt like I finished. I felt like if I had an unfinished project that I died during, I would want someone to finish it for me. So that's what I did.
What did you need the money for?
Well, anytime because we wanted to move the business and I needed to, like Esther said, revamp it. So I wanted to invest a little money in fixing it up and bringing it to a new city.
And like
fixing it up
hiring
as in like
people.
a store or like your inventory?
Both of those things. Yeah. Because we wanted to move it. It was in a place where the rent was like $900 a month because it was the same rent since 1989.
Sounds like a good price.
It was a good price, but it wasn't a good location for me to have to get to from Manhattan. So I had to move
How's
it.
business?
Good.
It seems like it's like in the right place. Like you guys have a lot of business, like a lot of customers.
It is good, but it's also like it's like an expensive town, so I feel like the overhead's still high. But it's not really. It's more like it's a passion project for me. Just like being there.
Are you there more than once a month?
More than once a month? Yeah, more than once a month. Yeah.
So would it be fair to say that the gas show is more on the side?
Oh,
he
I see where
couldn't
he was
handle
coming.
how
Yes.
wrong he was.
He was so wrong. Yeah,
and he's gotta.
But you corrected it. Yes, you're right.
You got her.
You got it.
You got it.
I think your next special, if it's not called whatever that joke was earlier, it should be
Binge
called
eating
Esther
cereal.
Projecting.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Thank you. I don't know if I love that one, but I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what you would call your?
I have
special?
so many special titles
I bet.
and specials. I have so many like ideas for different specials that are so specific to what the special would be, as opposed to just like, here's like I have my stand-up stuff that I'm working on that, yeah, I guess I could make that a special, but like I want to do these things that are very specific, and there's a ton of them. Mm-hmm. And they all have names, but don't want to get into them here because
Right. It's like a baby name. You don't want someone to steal it.
yeah, I've talked about some of them before, and then afterwards it comes out and people are talking about it, and I'm like, I shouldn't have said it.
Because you read the comments and they didn't like it.
Friends even like I had friends that like had brought up on the podcast. They saw that podcast and like, what about the special? Da da da. I go, yeah, I don't want to.
Wait, what?
Like I've talked about these very like specific type of specials. Here's one that I'm probably not going to do unless it's a sketch thing. It's very like, here's a very hyperbolic version, where I would do, these clips of Southwest employees. Like they're always comedians. Have you seen
Yes.
these?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're always doing jokes. So I wanted to do one where I'm on a plane and I'm dressed as that, and I start doing one, but it's very specific to the plane, like doing jokes. And as they start to get laughs, I kind of like
That's really
I kind of
funny.
lead into this, and then I
Right.
just do an hour to the people on the plane, and it's called "Boy, Are My Arms Tired."
I think that's amazing.
That's a great one. I agree.
Anthony, send me this. I might want to bleep. We could keep it in. I want to bleep all this, but I want to do, instead of an hour special, I was thinking about doing like.
It's like a.
Yeah, but it's all. I find it very difficult as a viewer, not as a creator, as a viewer to watch a special, even a very good special on TV, because versus in live, because the intangible of being in the room isn't the energy of the room. It does not translate.
It never
on screen.
translates.
I 100% agree. Like that's why, like, I wanted to have a special that was broken up in different things. And if I did one again, I think I would do the same thing. Like I would want little sketch interstitials or something, because that's how I feel as a viewer. But I have found there's a lot of stand-up people, like fans, who are like, they hate that, they want the pure hour. But I'm like,
Absolutely.
There's
There's space
tastes.
for that.
Yeah.
My thoughts on doing the version I was talking about is having devices that literally make you feel like you are there, because that's the only way you could be there. There's no way you're going to be on that plane. So it has this built-in thing that you're supposed to be watching it, as opposed to what I feel is special is we're pretending that the audience is there. We're having all these camera shots. We're showing the audience, and it just doesn't. Incidentally, I do want to acknowledge, I just watched Tom Segura's new special, Sledgehammer. Have you guys seen it?
Bit about having boys versus girls. I've like never laughed at stand up so hard.
It's very funny, but also
Wait, that wasn't like, it's not like brand new. It was the one that was
month
like
or so
a
ago?
couple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I saw that.
But he has I think 5 specials, so like the newest
Right.
one.
Yes, I saw that.
But the production of that special is incredible, and the audience is mic'd perfectly, and like it was the first special that I saw where it was like. And I had him on my pod and I asked like specific questions about this, like, and I would want to do more if I were filming it that way. That is to me like, look at that special and how to make a special. It's just, it feels like you're there. Also that round thing, which I remember Dane Cook did, I think it was Vicious Circle
I
or
was
something.
there, yeah.
Really?
Really?
But that was so big where it didn't feel like I mean, great special. I didn't feel like it just felt like you're watching this huge event.
It was incredible to be there. So I same kind of what you're saying, like it's like me, it didn't translate, I guess, in the way that it was like overpowering to be there.
The audio
best way.
does. But I'm saying like it doesn't make you feel like you're there. Tom's, I don't know. It was like not that deep. I don't know. I think there's an art to how to make a special feel like you're almost there, but still.
Someone should do an in the round one and then call it a comeback special for like, because I do feel like Elvis's 68 comeback special like made in the round a thing.
Well, I mean, Dane did it. Tom did. I think a lot of people do that already, right?
Yeah, but were those before or after 1968?
But you said I think somebody should do it.
And call it a comeback special.
There's also a show at the Improv Lab, in the round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Surround it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple. The Stand in New York, they do it too. They like do like crowd work in the round kind of a show.
What room?
The main room, but so the comic stands on the floor and they arrange the tables around the comic on the floor. The in the round is cool, but then it's also, I feel like it makes you feel less powerful as a comedian, but then if you were able to overcome it, even more powerful. Because usually the audience is like, you can talk down to them.
But aren't you ever on stage and you're like, what if I'm getting my period right now? And you're like, thank God there's no one behind me. Like I can hide this.
What if I'm getting my period right now? Well, I'm on the pill, so I pretty much always know to the day when I'm getting my period.
Nice.
Okay.
But that is a good, I'll think about that.
Like my first few years of comedy, that was like top of mind most of my sets.
Right.
Did you bleed through your pants a lot? That's a good name for a special.
In question form?
You could call it female comedian bleeds through pants because of period.
Not a lot, but it's happened. It never happened on stage, but like, you know, there was times where I like would get home from Air One and I'd be like, oh man, like these jeans are ruined.
Yeah, mine happened before my audition for West Side Story. So, and I had to put a sweater around my waist.
Was it in Santa Monica? Because if so, you would have had your own West Side Story. Shout out to Mike Falzone for the In the Round stand-up show.
No, it was in Union, New Jersey.
I'm a New Jersey guy now.
Oh,
I'm there all the
your
time.
girlfriend lives there.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was on your podcast, so.
Do you
I know.
you like it? What does that mean?
I didn't know much about Jersey other than like, people are always like, fuck Jersey. It's not New York. It's like,
It's kind of New York.
It kind of is.
yeah, it's very much like New York.
One time I met this girl at a dance class and then like randomly ended up staying in her uncle's condo with her in New Jersey after like meeting her once, and I really liked it.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Dave, can you rewrite that?
I just don't understand.
It was right.
How recently was this? This was a long time ago.
This was like I was like 19 or 20.
It was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
19 or 20 days out from when I left New York in July.
So like a few days ago.
How often are you doing things that make him have that reaction?
It's not doing them as much as like a random
Revealing them.
Yeah.
them.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because if Dave didn't know,
Right.
he wouldn't be upset. Like Dave wasn't upset when Esther was in Vegas to show up for the bachelor party until she got to the door.
We're just very different. Like I do
Like you show up to bachelor parties and
and he doesn't.
And Dave,
Did
what's
you have a
weird about
bachelorette
Dave is
party?
he gets upset about it.
No. Yeah.
No, I didn't have one. But it's just okay. Just one thing, if we're bringing that up about the comments, people are like, he had his last night to party and
Oh,
she ruined it.
God.
I'm like, that is not our
that's not
vibe.
true. Right. That part of it is not
Right.
Like,
'Cause-
there's no last night to party. Like, Dave has
Right.
full freedom.
To party.
And also, my version of partying is not like she wasn't going to catch me doing.
Yeah, it
something
wasn't-
Sure.
But
bad.
these
That-
guys are
And
like,
you knew that. And you knew you were going to
Yeah.
catch him doing anything. Yeah.
yes, it definitely came from like
FOMO.
a like silly, happy place, and it wasn't this like nasty woman.
I thought you said you felt like you were missing out on something as opposed to wanting to catch
but
you
it was
in
like
something.
silly. Like,
but you keep saying this. Sorry, this keeps coming up that you say your intentions were so good.
yeah.
And that seems to block you from understanding.
No, I understand.
My
I
perspective on the
understand now,
situation.
and everyone's shaming
Right.
me. I'm a toxic female. Coming for you.
You just delivered that the way this one of the Sanderson sisters would.
Thank you so much. That was what I was going for.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going for original Wicked Witch of the West.
That's
but
what I was getting.
Thank
I
you.
played her
friends with any of them?
UHS.
Yeah, whatever it
Thank
was,
you.
it didn't
I
feel like a
am.
sincere apology. I'll say
Wait.
that much. Yeah.
You said it wasn't.
It didn't feel like she actually understood the gravity
I like
of
how-
what she had done.
I like how
Dave,
you're
you
not getting her
cannot.
back
You're
on this.
egging on
I'm
these
kidding, I'm
guys
sorry.
that like call me toxic for ruining your last night out.
No, that
But
part-
wait, just for a moment, guys, we need to stop and find out who from Hocus Pocus Esther has texted, who hasn't texted her back. If we could just for a moment.
Kathy Najimy played my mom
yeah.
in an episode of Difficult People, and she was amazing. And I did not get her number,
Okay.
but I feel like
I did. Her old number.
Uh-oh.
I got it from when she was I went to a Sister Act convention.
Really?
No.
I actually have never seen that movie. Is it amazing?
Sister Act?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was before my time.
Sister Act 2 is one of the few sequels that I like better than the first.
I hear that
and I
a
still
lot.
love the first.
Do you not love am I weird for this? I love Back to the Future 2 more than 1. Do you?
Before I answer that, let me say this. Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore thee. And in my life there comes none before thee. And since I was a youngster, I used to know that Lord was the only way to go. You down with G.O.D.?
Yeah, you know me.
You down with G.O.D.?
Yeah, you know me.
You down with G.O.D.?
Yeah, you know me.
Who's down with G.O.D.?
Something.
Everybody, come and join the chorus. Remember this chorus? In the night wind starts to come. There is something in that movie that does bother me a little bit, which was there's these two girls that were like, they don't want to go to this thing. They got their boyfriends or whatever, and that's stupid. And then it goes, there's gonna be hella cute boys there, and they go, we're in. And it's like, that you're gonna go cheat on your boyfriends?
That's what you took from the movie?
That's not what I took from the movie, but that's
Those little sluts.
Seems
Those
to have stayed with
nasty
them.
little slut whores.
It's not about sluts. It's not about sluts because sluts, there's nothing wrong with being a slut. Infidelity, however, is a different
Why
thing.
is that infidelity though?
Because they have boyfriends and they're going to go suck and fuck other choir guys. Do I have to spell it out for you, Esther? It's the reason there was no Sister Act 3.
it's like those are the things that do make me so grossed out. And even Dave is making a face.
I have no idea what we're talking
Wait,
about.
what?
That's
Okay,
I
so
think Dave was just thinking about the bachelor party again.
I agree with Rick because a lot of times people conflate being a slut and infidelity, and they're not the same thing, and they're separate. And I hate when infidelity gets thrown on slut culture. But then but what are you upset about?
She doesn't like that I said sucked and fucked.
That exactly.
But she likes when I do this.
No one did.
Yeah, no one did.
Oh, really? In the comments, let us know if you like that I said sucked and fucked. And if you don't, say you didn't. And if you don't care, which I think is going to be most of them, say you liked it.
People have
That's
pretty hard
fine.
days,
Much
I know.
like specials don't translate like from in the room to out there, like that could apply here too.
Yeah.
So, do you not feel like it's okay to want for like a married man to want to be around like, what if a married man, I know you don't like strip clubs, but like I actually think it would be totally okay for a married man to go to a strip club with his friends and have a fun time and enjoy being around beautiful women.
Great. The implication in this movie was that these girls, and I quote,
Okay, I
were
haven't seen the
going
movie,
to
so I
suck
don't know.
and fuck these other choir
That's what
boys
they
in
said.
Vegas.
How can the
In
implication be specifically to
Because-
suck and
No, it
fuck?
seems
Because
like
they
you're
went like this.
projecting
It
that.
seems like they would have to say suck and fuck.
Talk about
Cut to the clip.
projecting. The Rick projecting special. This is the intro to it.
Okay.
I don't remember any lines in the Sister Act movies that suck and fuck.
Because they went, we're in, and that they're pointing to the dick that they want to suck and fuck.
So we're in with suck and fuck.
Yeah, we're in is she's telling what the boys are going to say while they're inside of her.
Oh, okay. Have
Believe
you
me.
ever had a guy insert his penis into your
We're
vagina
in.
and go, we're in?
Yeah, I've done it because of Sister Act. And I have
I
another.
really hope you haven't
I'm
done that.
literally nauseous at that thought.
I have another thing that kind of bothers me about this movie, and this one is more real, like a more of a.
Do you need like a side podcast about this movie?
I mean, if I did
It's
it once a month, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you remember? This is going to take a little bit of time, and I have to
we're
get this
already
out.
over time.
Are we okay?
Into the
And I haven't even talked about cookies and cream Pop-Tarts yet, the ones that snap, in the sections.
Joyful,
So we have to-
Joyful was the song. Okay, they're singing Joyful, Joyful. It's going to take 2 minutes, and if you haven't seen it, but do you know what I'm talking
None
about
of
though?
Go ahead.
Okay, I have to pull it up. So here's the thing. Lauryn Hill's character is there, and she is starting the song, and the mom wasn't going to come. There's some stuff. Her father died being a shoulda, coulda, woulda, right?
Okay.
So now she's up there, and she's about to sing, and the guy plays the piano. Da, 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 da. And then she doesn't start singing.
I can play that on the
because
recorder.
she sees the mom in the audience, and she's frozen. So he resets again and goes, da, 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 da. And now we're waiting. Oh no, why isn't Lauryn Hill singing? And then the third time, da, 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 da. But the next thing wasn't Lauryn Hill. He goes, dun, dun. He plays first. So Lauren's cue was actually him on the piano needing to play more. And he didn't. He indicated that she wasn't going to sing. Her job wasn't to start singing until after he continued. So the fact that he didn't continue was deliberately saying, oh, I bet you she's not going to sing if I don't continue these notes. And it really takes me out. Like, oh, that's the piano player who's stalling, not Lauren. Do you remember this?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone in this room. It's
I'll
like,
see if I can find it on YouTube, and if we can show just that one part. I don't want it to get flagged.
it's like if a guy's just like jerking off on someone is like what I feel like right now.
Cool, but I can't say sucked and fucked.
You said it 1,000 times, which will get us flagged, by the way. Jerking off is not the F and S word.
The S word is
Yeah,
sucked.
sucked. Don't say sucked.
Oh, sorry.
The old S word.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do a special where you talk about moments from movies that no one but you remember.
Well, I have a Sister Act special already.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's called Rick Glassman, Back in the Habit of Talking About Sister Act.
I don't hate it.
When make sure we put up a picture of Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, so people get the pun. Because apparently nobody remembers Sister Act.
Oh, I thought you meant like no one knows what a habit is.
It's second one is Back in the Habit. Was that's what the title is.
No, I mean, I get it.
It's good, right?
It's clever.
You should see the movie.
Well, thank you so much to the viewers and the listeners and the friends and the family.
And HelloFresh.
And to our guest,
Ooh, what is our ad
Corinne
today?
Fisher, who is a superstar. Go check out her baseball card shop called
Perfectly centered.
Does it have an Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah, perfectly centered store.
Perfectly centered. I like that. Do you grade BGS?
We don't do grading, but
Do you send in?
yeah.
Because PSA doesn't grade. They don't give you the center grading, but BGS does. I think it could be a cool logo, perfectly centered, and it has the 4 things.
Yeah, I get it. I like that you understand the title. It's very clever.
It's a great name for a store.
Thank you. My dad did it, but yeah.
So the links in the description include your shows, my shows, your podcast. What are we putting in the description for yours?
Podcast, show.
YouTube or here's what sucks about putting a link to somebody's audio. If they don't have an iPhone, you can't do Apple.
Yeah.
So Spotify, you should do, I feel like, but not everybody could get that. So what do you promote for your audio?
For our audio, well, I mean, we're on Luminary, but I mean, Luminary and Apple have a thing, so you can listen to it on Apple too. But we don't really promote Spotify a lot of the time.
Understood.
anymore.
Luminary does. And Dave, is there
Yeah.
any last line for a series finale you want to promote? Either yours or somebody else's?
I'm good. I can't think. I'm sorry.
Game of Thrones, last line.
This game truly was of Thrones.
You got a high batting average, man. I'll tell you that much. Perfectly centered this one.
Yeah.
And what do you other than the callback podcast? Anything else?
Yeah, shooting special tomorrow, which is probably a couple weeks when this comes out. But pound for pound, follow me at FollowSellers on Instagram.
How do you spell that?
FollowSellers.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
That's amazing. Congratulations on
Appreciate
that.
you.
This is we have 2 women.
Wow. What do you also need to count how many black people are in the room?
Jesus Christ, Esther.